everyone, and welcome into the Don't Overthink It podcast. I am your host, Donny, and today we are with a special guest, 40 Cal TV, also known as the DMZ Lot Lizard. 40 Cal, welcome you in, and hope you enjoy it.
What's going on, man? That lot lizard right there got me. That's funny. I'll actually tell you. That's hilarious, man.
And for a minute there, we were just kind of like, I was like, who's the Lot Lizard? And like, 40's the Lot Lizard. That's what he comes, that's his nickname other than what we call 40 Cal TV. So I was like, oh, and I'm just kind of curious. So to start off, how did that come about? How did that get
Lando started that.
Of course.
Freaking Lando, man. It was funny. So I can't remember exactly what day it was, but I remember he was streaming one day, and we were sitting there talking. I was like, yeah, I just stopped at a truck stop. He's like, man, don't be going out there with all them lot lizards. And I was like, what the hell, man? I'm like, I don't mess with no lot lizards, bro. And then Bus got on with it as well. He's like, he's a lot lizard himself. He's a king of lot lizards. I was like, these guys, they're gonna mess me up. But that's how it started. It was because of Lando and Bus and those guys, and then it just stuck. And then I've had people tell me like, man, you should make an alt account with like Lot Lizard King as your name. And I was like, oh my god, I'm not doing that. And then
you should. And start just
here's the thing. I was going to until who was it? I think it was Bus. Sent me a picture. I have to look back. But somebody sent me a picture and was like, yo, look what I just found. And it was some dog tags, and the name on it was Lot Lizard. I was like, this is some insane stuff. It's like someone stole it, so I can't do it now. I'll be copying people. I can't do that, man. I'm original.
Yeah.
But that's how it started. Just for the record, I don't mess with Lot Lizard, man.
Okay. So starting this off, give us a little bit of background of 40 Cal and how you got started. You know, just kind of like your first video game you played, just kind of, you know, when you started streaming and stuff.
So a little background. I've been a gamer ever since I can remember. Let's see. I'm an Army vet. I did 8 years in the Army. I deployed twice, went overseas to Iraq and then Africa. From Texas, man, so state. Let's see. Video games. Like I said, I've been a gamer all my life. Like, I remember my first game was a regular Nintendo. I was playing like Mario. I was playing what else? Oh, God, Mortal Kombat. I've played all kinds of games. Street Fighter. And then I remember, I got my first Nintendo 64. I was playing what was it? GoldenEye. Then I got PlayStation. I started playing, Final Fantasy 7. So I've been a gamer all my life. I got really big into first person shooters, so I played every single Call of Duty there was. I played Halo. It's just video games are what I do. So I just love playing video games. I don't like one over the other, but I would guess if I'd say I did, it'd be more Call of Duty just because of the first person shooter. But, I like games really with action, so I've always been a big fan of Final Fantasy 7. I had the original black and green discs version when PlayStation had them, which I wish I would have never opened and I would have saved because things are worth a lot of money now. But I've played Spider-Man. I've played even I've played was it like Bassmaster Classics fishing games?
Yeah.
I've played Game Boys. Like I just love gaming. It helps soothe me. It keeps me calm. It gives me something to do when I'm bored. And then, one day I decided, I wanted to stream. I was watching, other streamers one day. I got really big into DMZ about season 2. My cousin actually brought me on to it. He was like, we were playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and he was like, hey man, do you have this gun unlocked? I was like, no, I don't. He was like, well, I'm gonna help you get it unlocked. And he's like, I was like, how you gonna do that? He goes, well, I'm gonna take you into this game mode on MW2 called DMZ. And I was like, okay. He goes, we're just going to go in, drop the gun, we're going to exfil. Cool. He goes, don't mess with anybody, don't shoot any bots or anything like that. And I was like, bots? He's like, yeah, there's bots in the game. He goes, there's also real people. And so from there, I was like, oh, this seems pretty cool. And like, it's like extraction based. And I've heard of Tarkov and stuff like that. So I was like, I'm going to try to actually play this game. So I used to go in with squad fill and, I've met a couple of cool people that I've been friends with since DMZs came out, and but DMZ really it really grabbed a hold of me, and I just liked the thrill, because I played Warzone a lot. I was a big Warzone player, but it was always the same stuff over and over again. People going to the same places, going to the same buildings, grabbing the same guns, and it was all the same stuff, and it got kind of boring. And I was never really a big multiplayer fan. I would only do multiplayer for, like, I guess, to level up guns, or, and that was pretty much it. But I've always, like I said, I just loved playing Warzone. When I found DMZ, I started looking into it more, and then I found streamers, and I think the first streamer I ever watched was, it was El Clapton. That was the first streamer I ever watched. I supported that dude a lot. And then I found Fixate, and then I found Wizard, and then I think I moved on to Quicks, because of Wizard, and then I found Dylan, and then watching Dylan a lot, I found Haste, and I became a mod for Haste, which was pretty cool. So I've been following Haste since he had like 2,000 subs. And then I got really big into the community, and then I found Lando when he was at, like, I think it was like 1,000 subs. He had just hit 1,000 when I found Lando. Got really cool with, like, Perf and those guys, when Perf was still at, like, a little over 1,000 subs as well. I met some pretty cool people. And then I was like, after getting really big into DMZ around season 2.5, working on season 3, I decided I wanted to start streaming. I was playing on a PlayStation, and I knew I wanted to one day upgrade to a PC. And so I decided to buy a PC, and I started streaming, man. It was one of those things I had my mind set to do, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. Spent a lot of money on my PC setup, and I just started running with it. And then it's something I just really enjoy doing, and it's not even really for the game. It's more for the community. And a lot of people, they do this to make money. I don't do this to make money. I actually take all my money and I give it back to the community. So usually if I do like a gifted member or something like that, if I'm a member with somebody, it's not from my money. It's from the money that I made from YouTube to help support the community itself. I've done, donations where if someone donates to me, I usually do it as a giveaway, like from my merch store or something like that. Or, I donate to like a cause. I remember, last year I actually ended up getting almost $1,000 in donations, and I donated all that money to veteran suicide. And it was because I did a week stream for one of my buddies who committed suicide while I was in the service. And every year around that time, I always end up donating money. And so I decided, I'm like, well, heck, I want to try to get more people in on this. And so I started doing it, and it's helped out a lot. I even did the same thing for Cappy. I was doing donation streams for Cappy to help him get a new PC. But pretty much all the money that I make, I don't even touch. I don't even look at. I just give it back. And that's one reason I really wanted to start streaming, because I've seen a lot of streamers, do some weird stuff. Like I've seen streamers that don't even want to play with their community. They have people that want to play with them, but they just keep getting told no. When people that do this for a living, now don't get me wrong, kudos to them, but I never really looked at this as doing it as a job. I do it more of as a hobby and to give back as much as I can. And I've always told myself, even Cappy said the same thing. When we started streaming, we were gonna be different from all the other streamers. We were going to give back to our community. We're going to play with our community. We'll hold community days, even off community days. We'll give you the option to play with us if there's a space open. We don't turn anybody down unless, like I said, unless we're full. But we've always wanted our community. Oh, go ahead.
I noticed that there's a lot of the streamers nowadays, they like to play with other streamers, and I believe that's probably in the aspect of promoting their own page, which is fine. You promote your own page, promote your own stuff. That's fine. But I know a lot of people, like, some people have community days, and they're like, oh, we'll put your name on a list, and then they actually play in a community day. And a lot of people are like, well, you got to be a subscriber to play, or you got to be you got to have a membership,
or a member.
A members day. So like
we never really started
a lot of that. I try to avoid a lot of those member days.
We play with other streamers and stuff, but we really like playing with smaller streamers to help grow them. Now, don't get me wrong, I've played with big streamers. I've played with Haze. I've played with like Kicks, Perf, Shubs. I've played with Lando, Demon. I've played with Quicks recently, which was pretty cool. I've played with bigger streamers as well, but I like playing with the smaller streamers just to help them, to grow. And that's one thing me and Cappy also started. When we told ourselves, hey, with the day we decide, that we get monetized, we hit 500 subs, we hit our 3,000 hours, we're going to start rating small streamers only. Now, if there's not a small streamer on, then of course, we'll rate one of the bigger streamers, just to rate somebody. But we've always taught ourselves anytime we were going to play, we were going to rate someone. And that I've set myself to that, I force myself to do that every time I stream. It doesn't matter who it is. If I'm in a stream, I'm finding someone to raid. I've got that discipline to do that. And I always look for the small guy, someone with like 30, 40 subs, or somebody who's just starting off, who doesn't have any viewers. And I'll just tell everybody, hey, look, go talk to this guy. Go jump in his chat, subscribe, like him, even if I've never met him before, or I don't know him personally, or I've never talked to him, I'll be like, hey, look, go raid this guy, That's one thing. I've noticed a lot of big streamers don't do that anymore. Like, once they hit a certain amount, like I've seen people with 50, 60, 70, 80,000, I'm not bad mouthing or anything, it's their stream, they do whatever they want. But why not help, the smaller guy? And I think it's because the mindset in them is like, oh, we're going to lose our viewers, and I don't
sometimes those smaller streamers are the people who don't even stream. They make the best content. I mean,
exactly.
I played with you one time, and it was pretty intense. It was kind of you revived me a lot. I mean, you moved fast. I had struggle keeping up, but sometimes that's the best content you can make.
Exactly, and that's like me. I knew with my play style, like I've adjusted my play style quite a bit recently, throughout my streaming time. But like I have a really fast moving play style, and a lot of people have a problem keeping up with me. Just because I'm one of those, like, I play Vondel. That's my map. I know that map inside and out. Every single little nook, cranny, any type of jump, I know it. And I'm one of those, like, if you're playing Vondel with me, follow me.
Better keep up.
I will go to the first spawn. If they're not there, I'm going to the next spawn. I'm not sitting around waiting. I'm wanting to wipe the map before I do anything. And I actually did it one day I was with Bus. I ended up dropping 11 bomb that day, which was pretty cool. And he was just there to be there. I was focused, he was there to be there. I've done it with Zero a couple of, once where we went and just wiped the map. I went in solo off stream one time and I dropped a 13 or 14 bomb, and I did it in like 8 minutes. I killed the whole map in like 8 minutes from spawn in to done. And I picked up one guy who stayed over by Exhibit the whole time while I'm over here killing everybody. And he didn't have a mic or anything, but yeah. That's I like a fast moving pace.
It's kind of hard to play with those guys that don't have mics and you can't communicate. And that's a big thing a lot of people argue about. Like, well, I don't want to talk. It'll give away my position. Well, that's why you got proc chat. Turn proc chat off, you turn proc chat on. But communication between your teammates is big. It's key. Yeah. I mean, I don't talk much, but then my proc chat stays on. So when I got to move somewhere, when I see something, I'll let you guys know, hey, this is over there. Yeah. In that position.
And that's one reason I don't do squad fill. If I'm not playing with somebody I know, like another streamer or something like that, or somebody, in my community, I just go in solo. I don't even do squad fill. I'm not a squad fill person. And I usually don't pick up randoms unless, they're nice. Usually if I end up picking up a random, I always end up dying right after. I don't know why. But I think it's because I get to that point where I'm like, okay, now I got a team. I got to rely on my team instead of doing it solo. And I need to learn how to drop that sometimes. But usually if I die, I don't even wait. I just leave. I don't even wait for them to arrive to me. I don't have time for that. I'm trying to get into the next game.
So a lot of people, and I noticed with you one time I played, you go into the Discord a lot. What's the advantage and the disadvantage of going into Discord and using Discord rather than the game chat?
So Discord chat has a better clarity. You get a better clarity within Discord than you do in game chat. So that's one advantage. The second advantage, I use a push to talk, so I can still communicate with my team, still have prox chat on, but they don't hear me until I hit my push to talk button, and then they can hear me outside the game. And if I'm playing with someone in Discord and they know the location of somebody, they can tell me, hey, he's over here, and we can be talking back and forth, be right next to people, and they won't hear us. So it's more of a incognito kind of thing. So
Okay.
I can be we can be right on top of a team. We could be communicating back and forth. They can't hear us because we're in Discord, and they can only hear us if we want them to hear us. Like if I want them to hear me, I'll hit my push to talk, and then they can hear me. Other than that, I can still have good communication with my team, better clarity because it's not in the game, and then also being kind of sneaky at the same time. So that's the
Makes sense.
big
That's
advantage of Discord, especially for PC players because we have that ability. Now I know PlayStation just got a Discord update where and now it's like an integrated thing. So I think I'm not sure because I haven't done it with my PlayStation at all. I know some people play with PlayStation and they can talk back and forth. Like they can hear, but they can't talk. But they can still hear game chat. With Xbox, I'm not sure how it is with Xbox. I know there's a way to get in and out of Discord with Xbox. You just have to, I guess, leave the server and then, or leave the chat and then go in the game and then come back out.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult with Xbox. I don't even mess with that stuff. I just stick with the game chat. Mute my mic and unmute my mic. And if I go into Discord or anything, I can just attach my headphones from my phone to my Discord, and I can just communicate that way. So I'll be sitting there with two sets of headphones on, my inner ear headphones with my exterior, so I can hear the game audio. And why do you do that? You could just connect to Discord. Like, no, that's just too much of a struggle for me.
Well, I think Shark does it kind of like that way as well, except he has two servers, and usually when he goes into our Discord, he'll bring both of his servers in. So if he needs to leave out, he can still hear us in Discord, but also be in game chat as well. But that's like a back way, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like a walk around of how to actually go in and out. But like I said, I know PlayStation updated it to where you can go in and out of Discord, or you can be in Discord and still hear game chat. Because it used to be if you're in a Discord or you're in a private party, you can't hear what's going on in game. And that's always a downfall for console guys with dealing with Discord. And then, of course, having to connect everything. For me, it's easy. I just click a button. I just click on whatever channel I want. I'm in, and I can talk in the game if I need to. But that's always that's the advantages of Discord. Now, I know a lot of console guys, when you're fighting them, they hate that. I've heard, console streamers like, they're in Discord, so they have, I think it's bull crap. And I'm like, well, you can get into Discord too, or you can buy a PC and do it that way, but you can just not complain about it. It's one of those,
a lot of the complaints that I hear, like I was watching somebody the other day, and I think it was Lando. It might have been I was watching somebody, I don't remember who it was, but they ended up shooting and killing a guy with a one shot. Well, they picked up the one shot, and they went on and killed the rest of the team with a one shot. And they're sitting there complaining, "Oh, you're using one shot, you're cheating, this, that, and the other thing." And the fact that they had the same gun in their bag, and they're complaining about being killed by a one shot. It's like, dude, this is off your teammate. I picked this up from your teammate and killed him. I hate when they do that crap. Like, you have nothing to complain about anymore.
It's like you weren't complaining when your teammate brought in the one shot. You weren't complaining when your teammate brought in the RGL. But when we grab it off and we use it on you, now it's a problem. Like, no, just get that out of here. Like, I don't even mess with one shots anymore. And if I do grab a one shot, like I would grab it and I'd take off all the attachments and I drop it. So that's pretty much what I do with one shots now. Or if I grab an RGL, I'm launching those RGL rounds until it's empty and I'm tossing it somewhere and they can't grab it.
Yeah, but, I don't even bother with that stuff. I don't the anti-armor rounds, the one shot RGL.
I've noticed what you're talking about with the same gun in the same, in everyone else's bag. I think that's a bug. I've seen that a lot, where if you grab a gun off somebody, you can go to somebody else's bag and it'll be in that bag as well, the same exact gun. It's actually a bug that I wish, which they're not going to fix. The devs ain't going to fix because, it's a dead game, but then you get an update until 2.0 comes out, which I think it's coming out next year. Is what the rumors are, what everybody's talking about is coming out next year when Infinity Ward takes back, and I hope it does because it's going to be amazing. I'm ready for the official release because we're in a beta. There's nothing new. Everybody knows we're in a beta, and they're like, well, we need an update. It's a beta, dude. You're not going to get an update. Like, stop complaining about it. Just go in PvP, have fun, loot up, leave. If you want to do missions, start a hardcore account.
So I understand the bug in there being in everybody's bag, but the bodies actually have the gun sitting next to their body, like they were running around with it. And drop like, well, you had this. Well, like I just saw these amount of guns, next to So
yeah, it's like,
they
well, you got the
complain
gun
about it
next
a
to
lot.
you, so stop complaining.
Stop complaining about it. And they're like,
I hate that. Or my favorite one is when you kill a guy with a one shot, they instantly think one thing: you're cheating.
you're cheating.
No.
You're cheating.
You're just garbage. Like, you're using a one shot, you die. That means you're trash. You're trash for using it anyways. But either way, I despise one shots. I really do. I don't even mess with them.
I realized something the other day when I was facing off against a guy who had a one shot, and I don't know how I survived this, but I did. I came in and I slid underneath him, and as I was shooting him, I realized I was hitting him in his femoral artery. Well, in real life, you shoot somebody in the femoral artery, they're gonna bleed out, right?
Oh yeah, they're gonna bleed out with it's 30 seconds.
Yeah, but then he wasn't dying. And I was like, I'm hitting femoral artery. He killed me, and I was sitting there, and I did it a couple more times in different games, and I was like, headshots. So when I came in, I slid in and I started shooting up his leg, going up to his body, and obviously his health started coming down, and I focused on his head. I tried to stay on his head as much as possible, and I killed him. I was like, I'm shooting in the wrong spot. I shoot him in their chest. I'm hitting their plates, breaking their plates, which is going to take time to kill them. I shoot him in the femoral artery. It's not really going to work because it's not real life. Yeah. This is all about headshots. So I focused on getting headshots, and that's where I do it now, because I have my focus on the headshot, and I'm getting more kills that way. And just the adjustments. And then I had one guy complain about, you're cheating. That was straight headshots. Well, no, it's not. If you watch the kill cam, I'm going everywhere but his head. I have maybe 4 or 5 bullets that actually hit his head, and it's like everything against
a
the
lot
walls.
Of things. That's another thing with those kill cams. Like, a lot of people, they think you're cheating if they watch the kill cam. They're like, oh, watch the kill cam, he's cheating. I tell everybody the same thing. I told them from the get. Kill cam has been bugged since day one. It doesn't actually tell you anything. Now, there is ways that you can tell with the kill cam if they are blatantly cheating or not. And I've ran into quite a few. Quicks has ran into quite a few. Matter of fact, we ran into some, me and Quicks. It was me, Quicks, and Shark. Quicks got killed by DMZ police. Now, they're blatant known cheaters. Blatant known. And he's like, yo, these guys are cheating. And we were like, oh yeah, that's the guys that Shark was talking about, because they try to sell Shark cheats. And even Shark before that raid has showed us like the boxes they were using, how it showed us the actual proof of them cheating. And they ended up getting to our game because they like stream sniping Shark. And so Quick's watching, he goes, yeah, these guys are cheating. We're like, oh shoot. And then we realized who it was. And so I ended up killing them. And I was like, all right, cool, get out of our lobby now. And then, there are ways, but usually the kill cam is like really bugged. I've gotten called a cheater because of the kill cam plenty of times. It got to the point where I got called a cheater that I was like, I'm going to do a hand cam one day to show people, look, I'm not cheating. I'm using a mouse and keyboard. Because I got told that as well. I was playing with Cappy, and now, mind you, in his eyes, I could see why I was cheating, but if he would have known what was going behind the scenes, he would have known it wasn't, because me and Cappy were on Vondel, and Cappy gave me the call out of this dude, the perfect call. Like, hey, you're going to go up this floor. You're going to jump out, turn right around. He's above you. I jumped out and I snapped on him real quick and locked on, and I put him down. He's like, yo, this 40 gal guy's cheating. He's cheating. I'm reporting his ass. I'm like, I'm not cheating, dude. I'm a mouse and keys. He goes, yeah, that makes sense. You're a cheater. I was like, shut up, dude. I was like, I'm not cheating, bro. I'm like, you're just bad at the game. He got mad because I wiped his whole team, but either way. But I got upset, and, I was like, I'm tired of people, thinking I'm cheating, so I'm like, I'm gonna do a hand cam one day. And I did a hand cam. First game on, I got called a cheater, and I told the dude I'm not cheating. He goes, oh, you're hacking, blah, blah, blah. You're probably using a Cronus. I'm like, I'm using mouse and keys, man. I'm like, here's my channel. Come right now. I've got a live stream going. I'm like, you can see my hand cam. You can see what my hands are doing. Why are you looking at your stream? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, can't call me a cheater. I'm like, I'm showing you I'm not. Let me fight my case here, Report me if you want after you watch the stream.
Yeah. So speaking of cheating, now before we started, you mentioned something about having a 426 yard shot. Yes. So when I first started streaming, I had about 300 something subs during this shot. When this shot happened, it was like 326, I think, at the time. And I was in Vondel. I had just probably a couple of days before that, I ended up getting the Tempest Torrent pack. What was it? The Heat Source package. And I got the blue scope. And I got tired of using that dang Heat Source green scope. I've seen a lot of people using the blue scope. I found a way to get it. I got it. I took a 468 meter shot
or yard shot or whatever the heck they do it. I think it's meters, right? Meters.
That's meters, yeah.
Yeah, 468 meters shot in Vondel, and it was insane. I could barely see the guy, and I just dropped him. And I made a short out of it, and it ended up getting like 15,000 views overnight, and I gained over 300 subs because of that video, and it was insane. Now, looking back at it, like, I can't remember the exact. I think I live pinged the guy is how I got him, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look back at the video. I think I live pinged it. I'm not sure, but yeah, I dropped him hard. Like it was insane. It was an insane shot, and it should never happened. It was one of those. It was kind of luck, but at the same time, it kind of wasn't. I've done some pretty iffy stuff like that. I don't know if you play Vondel a lot. But if you're on fire department next to the zip, if you look straight ahead, there's the store right there, and you got the building, and there's like kind of like an awning, I guess, in between the two buildings that connect them. I've done jump shot, like I did a jump shot up and dropped a dude on fire department. I knew where he was because he kept jumping, he kept sniping me. So I just ADS down, and I just jumped up and dropped him. And I went over to finish him. He called me a cheater because of it. And he was like, aimbot. And I was like, no, bro, I don't have an aimbot.
I'm like, just a lucky shot.
It's like you were, well, it wasn't really luck because he was predictable. He just didn't move. He stayed in the same spot the whole time. And he was just sniping that area. So I'm like, I could get a jump shot off on him. And I know how high I can jump up and I'll be able to see him. So I just ADS, jumped up, dropped him. And a lot of times when people think people are cheating is because some of the shots that we do or some of the stuff that we do looks impossible, but usually it's repetition, or you've done it that, so many times before, or you can actually read the other players. It's like, okay, this guy's predictable. He's going to go here. Or he's going to go there. Cause that's what everybody else does. So you're going to predict that. And 99% of the time you're right. So it makes it look really sus, but yeah, it was pretty funny. I love getting caught a cheater, Billy. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Anytime I get caught a hacker, it means I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I look at it as a compliment.
Yeah, a lot of people get mad about using knives and stuff. And you see like Dylan can throw. I think it's Dylan. Yep. Dylan can throw a pretty good knife. Lando can throw a pretty good knife.
Lando. I've impressed Lando a couple of times with some throwing knives. That shit was funny. I literally flew down on this guy. We were in Mozzie. I flew down on this guy and launched a knife in midair and knocked this dude hard. And Lando was like, "Oh, damn." I was like, "Yeah." I made a short out of that as well. Yeah, I've done some insane stuff. I've done it a couple of times, believe it or not. I did it in a Sheikah one time, and I've ricocheted off the ground and hit the dude in the head and dropped him. I was like, okay. But I've done my favorite thing is knifing guys from the ground level while they're on buildings. And I'm sitting here, I'm playing with Lando. We ran into some cheaters. It was me, Lando, and I think, is it Cappy with us? I can't remember. No, was it Cappy? I want to say it was Cappy. He was with us. We were sitting there running. I see this guy peek over the edge of, over a no name, and he's on top of the store. And I just launched a knife at him and dropped him. He goes, Lando's like, "You're better." I was like, "Thanks." But I've done that plenty of times where I'm sitting there laying, like I'm on the ground level. They peek over. I just launch a knife up and I drop them. And it's one of those, it's insane, being able to get knife throws like that and be proficient with them. Cause I used to run Simtex and flashbangs. And then I started switching over to smokes and knives, and I won't ever go back. I've gotten some deadly knives out. I've gotten some knife shots off that I've impressed myself with. It was like, yeah, that's not possible.
Yeah, a lot of people are using this riot shield now. I've noticed the riot shield a lot on the Sheikah.
I hate that thing.
So I went from knives to, yeah, so do I. I went from knives to the thermites, and they're working out pretty well.
Thermites work good on riot shield. So if you ever run into a riot shield, your three best things are drill charges, Simtex, thermites. Those are your best friends, because nobody ever actually drops the riot shield like they're supposed to. They just swap to a different gun and blows them up, and I'm like, you're an idiot.
Drop your shield.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite knife throws I ever did, and now this was during multiplayer, and I can't remember what I was doing. I think I was just BSing around, and the dude had a riot shield, and I was playing shipment, okay? So I was in shipment, and you know how they have the containers there in shipment, right?
Yeah.
And I launched, and the dude was just sitting there inside one of the containers, one of the run-through containers, and he just sitting there with a riot shield. And I launched a knife, ricocheted off, and hit him and killed him. And it was insane. It was one of those 1 in a million shots. And then I started trying to get proficient with that ricocheting in there, and I was able to get it down quite a bit to where I had to stop doing it because I was going to get reported. But
so when I come to the stairwell or any kind of door, I'll just start throwing thermites on the door or the stairwell. That way I have a clear way to get up to the stairs, up to the door. That way they're backing off and like turning around and running, and come through that door and surprise them with their back turned. Just start shooting them and stuff.
Yeah, Ashika's big on riot shields. Yeah, they're big on riot shields and one-shot shotties. Every once in a while, you'll get an RGL.
Surprisingly, I haven't ran into very many one-shots lately. This past 2 weeks, I've only came across maybe 5 or 6 of them.
Oh, you're lucky then.
Yeah.
You were so lucky.
We ran into one RGL the other night with Irish. I mean, that's the most I've come across. Maybe it might be the
I started
servers or
seeing
something.
more RGLs in Vondel recently too. So, I used to never see RGLs in Vondel ever because everybody, of course, had the underbarrel glitch that they had at one time. And when they patched it, people started switching to the RGLs. Then I started seeing more RGLs in Vondel, but I think it's because a lot of people are starting to actually play the game and they're starting to do trying to do those missions where one of them you have to kill the bullfrog with the RGL or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been seeing a lot of people on Vondel with that because of that. But I found the best solution to any one shot, by the way, is a knife to the face. Throwing after the face, your one shots have no chance, especially if you got distance and you're proficient at throwing knives. And if you're not proficient, get proficient at it. That's how you take down a one shot user.
I usually like to snipe them.
Oh, that's fun too. That's fun. I love sniping, man.
So I didn't know you can get under the map on Vondel till like about a month ago, and I was like, "Where's this guy at?" And like, he's under the map.
Yeah, it's a new thing.
I didn't know that. And the ship on Ashika, the loot ship on Ashika,
I've seen that recently.
You
too.
can get in there.
Demon died to a guy like that the other day, and I didn't even realize it was a thing until probably 2 weeks ago. And then I was watching Quix's new video, and he was playing with Noodle, and she brought it up as well. But yeah, there's a new underground glitch that you can do in Ashika, which is the ship, and it's so dumb. I know they have one of those like that. It's like a glitch as well in Mozzie, but it's on that big ship, the big cargo ship. Over by
you glitch
port.
from the ship and you go over to.
Yeah, well, you're talking about the teleport. I'm not talking about the teleport. Yeah, the teleport.
Yeah, the teleport.
That's dumb. But I'm talking about there's a glitch inside of one of the ships over in port that you can get into where you can hide inside of it. It looks like it's like a generator. Like you can hide inside the generator. I didn't know anything about it. I went over there to kill this team one time and I just got blasted. Where's this dude from? And all of a sudden I see the kill cam. He's glitched into the ship, shooting me from a generator. I was like, oh my God.
Wow.
But when I first found out about the Vondel glitch, I was like, these people, because there used to be an underwater glitch that you can do in Vondel. So there's a couple of them. There's the unlimited gas mask or scuba mask. Mm-hmm. And then there was also one where you can get underwater and be underwater, like an under map glitch, but it's only for the waterways in Vondel. But then they've got the new one where it's the one where you're underneath a 13B room and you're inside the tunnels. And it's so stupid. I hate it. It's one of the reasons that it makes me not want to play the game anymore, but at the same time, I just love the game. So, especially if you can kill those cheaters, it's fun.
There's another one in Building 21 where you can get into a filing cabinet.
Yeah, so that's been there for a long time. Yeah, you go in that one little room, you sit in the filing cabinet and put you inside the wall and you can see everything out. It's like right next to the Xville elevator. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I found that one by accident one day. I'm sitting there crouched down waiting for the Xville elevator to come up, and all of a sudden I'm inside a wall. I was like, what the hell? I'm like, I think I'm in a wall. And I was with two of my friends. We had just went into Building 21 for the first time, and I just found it. I was like, this is insane stuff. I'm like, I'm never doing that again. But
yeah, that's pretty interesting. I was told about it, but I've never done it.
Yeah, I found it by accident. But there's a lot of glitches going on. It's ruining the game. It really is. So,
I hope this new DMZ update 2.0 Hope it fixes a lot of different things.
Yes, I hope so too. Now there are some rumors. I'm not sure how accurate they are, but there are going to be new maps. There are going to be dedicated maps for new DMZ 2.0 that are separated from Warzone and everything. They're also supposed to be bringing back Verdansk for DMZ. So you're going to get Verdansk for DMZ and 2 other maps that aren't going to be Mozzie or Sheik or anything like that. So you're going to get your own. They're going to have separated maps strictly for DMZ away from Warzone. So it's not going to be the same stuff. So that's the rumor. I read about it on Twitter from, I think it's Marco. He's like big in the Call of Duty community. I think this is his name, Marco, or Mark something. I don't remember.
So what do you think about, they're doing a lot of this, a lot of the BO6 gamers are complaining about, having to play with console players, and console players are having to play with PC players. Now with this new update, they made the option to play with straight console players or play with just straight PC players. How do you think that's going to work out?
Here's the thing with console players, right? They have an option inside the game to where you can turn off cross-gen. If you have your console player, you want to play around PC player, turn off cross-gen. The cross-play has always been a thing with Call of Duty when it comes to console and PC players. Turn it off. Us as PC players, we don't have that option. Just turn it off. That's how I look at it. But I do like that. I do like that ability where you can separate them now. Even as a PC player, we can separate them.
You think they could do that
good.
for the DMZ?
If they did, it would be good. At the same time, I'm not really it would be good because then you have that ability to fight in your own level. Because I've ran into most of the time when I get caught at shooters, because I'm playing against a guy with a console and I'm playing on PC. If I'm fighting another guy with a console, then we're kind of evenly matched because we have the same reaction time and everything like that, the same FPS. So we have, we're running the same system. So it's gonna be easy. It'll be a better fight for both of us than fighting someone against, someone playing on Xbox who gets, what is it? I think y'all have like an 80 FOV and y'all get 60 frames per second max or something like that.
Something like that.
So, yeah. So it's going to be better for both console players because they can play as someone in their own realm, and it's better for the PC players because we can play with people in our own realm. But I also think they should be able to come, still have the ability to, if you want to go against someone on a console, or a console guy go against someone on a PC's, test their skill level, I think you should be able to have the option still.
So that kind of limits your that kind of limits who you get to play with, though, too. Because you're on PC, Sharks is on Xbox, and I think Zero's on Xbox. No, Zero's on
PC. Well, PC, Sharks got a PC now, but he uses it for his hardcore account.
Yeah. So it would limit your guys' playing unless he was to get on the hardcore. That would be that's going to be interesting how it works out. What about movement? I heard rumors of the new Omni movement coming over. That's coming over to DMZ.
Yeah, I heard about that as well. If it does, so Omni movement is good if you run a controller, because that's what Omni movement was made for. It was made for controller players to keep up with mouse and keyboard guys. Now, if you're a mouse and key guy, of course you still get Omni movement, but it's not as proficient as if you're on a controller. If it comes over, I heard about that. I don't see it coming over because Omni movement was a Raven invention. It wasn't Infinity Ward. And I've never seen anybody share their programs with another programming company. The only thing that I've really seen share was whenever Infinity Ward's, with DMZ, and then of course was it Treyarch? No. Who is it that made Modern Warfare 3? Who was that? Was that Raven? No, it was Raven. Yeah, who made Modern Warfare? Yeah, Modern Warfare 3. Treyarch. I don't see Treyarch giving up their Omni movement to Infinity Ward. When Raven made, was it the zombies that they made? They brought stuff over from DMZ because they wanted to see that as a mission-based only thing. That's the first time I've ever seen them actually kind of share information, but at the same time didn't, because they had to use their own programming to get it close. I've never seen them share information. If it comes over, it'll be interesting. It will be interesting to say the least, but I don't actually see it happening just because that is their own program, and they don't share. They will not share their stuff. And if they do, kudos to them. Right, Treyarch's going to have to get some kind of cut in it if they're using their own program, or Infinity Ward's going to have to make their own version of the Omni movement and not call it Omni movement, call it something else.
Yeah,
but have kind of like the same stuff.
Well, right now they can pretty much make some pretty good money off of it if that's something they want to do.
I like the Omni movement because of the ability to jump backwards and lay on your back and shoot, jump into the side and stuff like that. The movement is great. I love Omni movement is good. Like I said, you really love it if you're a controller player. It's one of those things. It took a little bit to get down though. It took some time to get down, but I've noticed a lot more people taking advantage of it too. They be doing some crazy stuff with that Omni movement. So I played a little bit of BO6. I played, of course, when it came out. I tried the zombies. I do like the round-based zombies better than the stuff that Raven came out with. That was me and Cappy both said at the same time, like, we give it 3 months max before it becomes garbage, and it lasted about 3 months before people were like, "Yeah, this is dumb." They started going back to DMZ.
A lot of people got over with those missions pretty quickly, and then they started coming back to DMZ.
Yeah, so they started doing DMZ.
What's your outlook on this new DMZ if it does come out? What's something that you might want to see improved other than the glitching, other than the OPs stuff like that? What's something that you want to see improve?
Something I'd like to see improve. Dang, that's gonna be a hard one. I know there's some talk about, a squad up thing. Like, if you want to go in solo, have your own solo, for solos only. If you want to come as a duo, it'll be duos only. I've seen people talk about that. I like the way it is right now. If you want to come in solo, then come in solo. If you want to come in with a team, come in with a team. My biggest thing I'd like to see them improve is the plea-in. If you die, go back to, I don't want to see pleas anymore, and any more people like the one thing that was always a big problem whenever DMZ was coming up was the pre-mades and stuff like that, and it's still going on. Being able to team up with other teams and stuff like that. I'd like to see that get rid of. Now, don't get me wrong, I like fighting a 4-man. I love fighting 6-mans, but it became a problem to the point where like the Chinese was coming over as pre-made 6-mans and hacking. It was a big problem. That's one thing I'd like to see get fixed, though, is being able to, like, if you die, you can't plead.
Can you imagine a 6-man? You imagine a 6-man with one-shots and RGLs?
Exactly. And that's a problem that's still going on, is people are coming in with one-shots and RGL. I've seen it a lot with Twitch streamers and TikTok streamers playing DMZ. They're making pre-made 4-mans and they all got one-shots and RGLs. It's like, that's not fun, One thing I did like, though, was one update was if you picked someone up, you had the option to pick them up, but you had the option also not to let them join you. I wish they would bring that. So if they get rid of the plea, if they don't get rid of the plea, give somebody that option to where you can pick someone up and say, "Hey, look, we're gonna go our own way."
I think that'd be.
We're not gonna team up.
I think that would be better off directed towards a solos game. Like you said, if you want to play solos, have the option to go to a lobby with nothing but solos. So if you're just running missions and stuff like that, and you kill someone, pick them up and let them go on their way instead of joining a team. Because at that point, you're turning into duos, and now you're going 2-on-1 or 3-on-1, 4-on-1, whatever it is. I think keeping it to solos would be the better option.
And another thing that was awesome with that was after somebody picked you up, you couldn't shoot each other for, I think it was like 30 or 40 seconds. Now that was a good update. Yeah, it was a good update. So it's like, and if you did pick them up, like say you did pick them up and they swapped to another team, I know like you still can't shoot them for like 30 seconds or something like that. It's one of those, it still has that time frame. But I think they should bring that part back, where if you pick someone up, you have the option to either not join with them, let them go on their own way, or either do that or just take away playing altogether. If they die, they die.
Yeah. And that's the way I feel. They die, go back to the lobby. No plane.
Exactly.
That's not realistic for me personally. That's not realistic. And if you want to
Because
get in that realistic mindset,
if I die, I don't plea. I just leave. I don't even worry about it no more. And I'm one of those, like, if I pick up a plea, it's very rarely now do I ever pick up a plea, because I'm not a big fan of the platoons. Like, I don't really like making 4-mans or anything like that. But like, if I wipe a team or something like that, and they're like, hey man, can you please pick us up? We're just doing a mission. And then I pick them up and I'm like, all right, let's do your mission real quick. I'm like, if I pick you up, you got to get out of here. Like, that's one of those things. I don't really like doing the whole platoon thing.
No,
so
I don't.
That's always been a big problem.
If I go into squad fill and I die, I'm backing out. I'm like, hey guys, if I die, don't worry about coming to get me.
Like, GG's.
I'm out of here. Yep.
Yep.
I had my opportunity. I failed at it, and it is what it is. But anyways, so
that was like what was it? A couple of days ago, I was just playing offline. I was playing for fun, and I killed his team, and I picked them up, and they were pretty cool. But then they ended up picking up another guy, and we ended up making a platoon. And I was like, we got to get out of here. I'm like, we can't be doing no platoon stuff here, And so only reason I picked them up was because, they were nice guys. They were just trying to do missions and everything like that. They were just doing, I can't remember what they were doing. They were doing contracts or something. So I helped them do their contracts. We ended up leaving. I gave them my guns and stuff like that, because I'm like, I'm done for the day. But other than that, I've seen that a lot too, where they're like, they pull the mission card, like, oh, I'm here to do missions. Like, okay, what mission are you doing? Nope, you're not doing missions, dude. You're here to kill people. So, like, that's what it is. Let's go back to
my favorite one is, I'm solo. You really killed a solo 3-on-1? Well, if you don't want to be killed by a team, then get the hell out of here and get your own team.
Like, that's one thing I tell people, like, if you're going to go in solo, don't complain that you're going to be fighting a 3-man. I go in solo all the time, and if I kill a 3-man, kudos to me. If I die to the 3-man, I'm not going to be like, oh, congratulations, you killed a solo. I'm like, all right, GG's, guys. And then I leave. Like, if I kill a solo, I'm like, you're really going to kill a solo? It's like, dude, I come in solo all the time, and I fight 3-4-man teams, Like, if you don't want to come in solo, you don't want to die, come in as a team. Grab 2 other guys. You're good. Or come in squad fill. You chose to go in solo.
That's on you. That's all on you.
It's like, now you're just complaining to complain, and just get over yourself.
So
because I die a lot as a solo, but at the same time I also don't. So
I wish I could say this without any kind of, like, I wish I went in solo and killed my first platoon, but I was with a team, and I was with the platoon. We ended up picking up a guy, and I ended up getting my first platoon kill about a month ago. And I was like, nice. I kind of wish I did this solo, kind of just wipe, but then I wouldn't have stood a chance solo, because they were distracted looting, and I just came up and snuck up on them, and it was what it is. So
that's sometimes, that's another thing. Like, it's easy. Believe it or not, a lot of people think it's hard to kill a platoon. Believe it or not, it's really easy, because of the fact that they think because now they're a platoon, they're unstoppable. It's not the case. Usually, if it's a platoon, they're probably looting somebody, or they just killed like a solo or something like that. Now they're all looting together. It's like, you can kill a platoon. You know, it's not. I've killed plenty of platoons. Plenty. I love fighting. Well, don't get me wrong. I love fighting platoons. It's fun. Because you get that rush. It's like, I just wiped 4 guys as a solo, and then they get mad. They're like, blah, 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 and all this other, you're trash, you're garbage. It's like, dude, I was one guy and just took out 4 of you. Like, stop. Apparently I'm doing something right. Apparently you're trash. It takes 4 of y'all to try to kill a solo guy.
So when I can kill a 3-man team, you really suck. I mean, because I'm a shit player. I don't play the game very well. But when I can kill a 3-man team, you must really suck, or you weren't paying attention. I mean, because if I can come in and wipe you that easily, there's something going on. But then the platoon, they got an extra guy wandering around. It makes it a little harder than a regular team. But,
see, one thing I learned, and this is from watching from Dylan, and one thing I heard him say this one time. He was streaming, he was fighting a 3-man team. And he told himself, he goes, all right, there's a 3-man team. I'm going to fight for 4. I'm going to fight as if it's 4. And that's one thing he always said, one thing he said, and it stuck to with me. He goes, if you're going to fight a team, always fight for as if there's an extra player around. And so I started doing that. Like, if I see a 2-man, I'm fighting for a 3-man. If I see a 3-man, I'm fighting for a 4-man. If I see a 4-man, even though there's no 6-mans, I'm fighting for 5, because there could always be that one person that's straggling around. Because I've seen it. I've seen it in Vondel. I was playing with Allie. It was me, Allie, and Raptor. We were playing, and no, it was me, Allie, and Shannon. We were playing, and we ran into a pre-made 6-man, and there was no more 6-mans allowed in DMZ. Right? This was the last update they made. As a matter of fact, this was probably about 6 months ago. We ran into a pre-made 6-man in Vondel on Fire Department. I wiped them. I wiped the whole 6-man. I was sitting there counting the bags. Like, this is 6 people, and they were not shooting at each other at all. They just all came in, and they knew who each other were because they were all wearing the same skin, so they knew. And we were sitting there. We were so lost for words. Like, there's really 6-man teams running around. I was like, what the heck? And it wasn't our first one we ran into. 3 raids later, we ran into another 6-man team just like that. We ran into them in Mozzie even. Me and Cappy did. It was me, Cappy, and Shark. We ran into a pre-made 6-man there, and it's like, what the heck? Like, y'all do realize there's no more 6-mans, right? They're all wearing butch skins. You know, it was insane. So, but if there's one thing I can always tell you if you're in play, especially as a solo and you're fighting teams, always fight for one more than what you actually see. You might see 3, but there could be a 4th. Always fight for that 4th, as if they're there, you know, and wait a little bit before you start looting. You know?
Yeah. That one strider's always going to show up a little late to the party.
Yeah, or he's going to be the one guy with the shotgun that's ADS crouch walking, and he's the newbie. He's like, I got a shotgun, I'm unstoppable. And then he blasts you. You just fought a whole team, you know, and he didn't take it out by one shot. Because it's happened to me.
That happened. I've had that happen too. Had it happen too. So
it's never fun.
2 more questions for you. So what's something that we can look forward to the future with 40 Cal TV? What's something that's okay? So the question I worded it wrong. So what's something we can look forward to in the future coming from 40 Cal?
So we're gonna probably be branching off to other games. Of course, DMZ is always gonna be the main. We might start playing some Black Ops, or not Black Ops. What is Delta Force? Black Hawk. So we were part of the alpha testing for that, so that was pretty fun. Now that the game is released, you know, we're gonna probably start playing that. That's becoming a big thing. We might get into Arma. It is a military simulator. I've been watching Dylan play it, and it looks really nice. I like the movement, I like the graphics, and it's something that I could definitely get into. But the biggest thing, and I've made it known in my Discord, but the biggest thing that's going to be happening in the future is dual streaming. So we are going to actually be dual streaming now. We're not going to be strictly YouTube anymore. YouTube, of course, will be the main platform, but we're going to be streaming now from YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. Rumble is a big one. I like the way that Rumble has it set up. It's not one of those you have to wait to get partner. It's you have 5 followers, or you have 1 video uploaded, or something like that, you know, and then you can start instantly getting revenue from it. So, and you know, you get ads and everything. It's not like YouTube. You have to get 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours. You get monetized, you get memberships, and then at 1,000, you start getting ad revenue. You know, at 1,000, 4,000, you get ad revenue. It's right off the bat. I helped, Cappy started doing it because I told him, hey, look, I'm going to start streaming Rumble. I recommend you doing it. So he started doing it, and Rumble is becoming a big platform for streaming now. Dr. Disrespect started streaming over there, and I was like, he's took off, you know, and it's one of those things. It's like, I like the way that Rumble is set up. Rumble is set up really, really proficient. They don't have a problem with people playing video games, like especially first-person shooters. I'm not sure about how all the copyright stuff is with music yet. I know with Twitch, you can play copyrighted music. They don't shun you for it, but they just mute it out later, and they don't get a copyright strike or anything. But we're going to be streaming to Rumble, YouTube, and Twitch starting on my next stream when I get home. From right now, I'll be home in 10 days from the time that this is recorded, so it'll be the 12th. My next stream, I will be streaming from 3 different platforms now. So that is the big update for this year, to be able to multi-stream. And I've been wanting to do it for a little bit, and I'm finally setting my mind to actually do it and getting everything set up. So, yeah.
Now, is that coming from you, or is that coming from everybody who has the Snipe clan tag?
What's that?
The multi-streaming.
That's just me. I've been wanting to do it. So, Cappy started multi-streaming. me and him were talking about it a little bit, and he was thinking about doing Twitch, and I was like, I'm gonna do Rumble, dude. He was like, Rumble, and I told him about Rumble. He's like, all right, and he started doing Rumble, and I was his first member on Rumble. So yeah, I was testing everything. You know, he's a mod over there on my Rumble. I'm a mod on his. And I like the ability for mods to be able to do more on Rumble than they do on YouTube. Like, they can pin messages over there, they can mute people, they can time them out, they can do whatever they want. And they have a big role over there, bigger than what they do in YouTube. With YouTube, if you have a mod and you want to be able to pin messages up, you have to give them there's a whole lot of hoops to jump through for them to be able to do it. To be able to pin messages and stuff like that. So like, if I see a message pop up like, hey Cap, you know, I need you to pin that message, and he'll pin it. He can pin it. So we did a lot of testing. His first Rumble stream, I was in there. I was watching his Rumble. I was testing everything, make sure everything was right. The only problem is it's 1080p max, 60 frames, and then that's all you can do, just like Twitch. And then, so the bit rate isn't too high. So the bit rate is like 6,000 max. So it's a good bit rate, which means less lag on the PC. But the clarity is really good. So we got all his stuff taken care of, and now I'm going to be doing it as well. So that's going to be the next thing. So
Cappy was like the guinea pig to the whole thing.
Pretty much. Pretty much. He was the guinea pig. So I think he's got like 7 followers now. I've only got 2. So if I get 3 more followers, then I'll be able to do the whole memberships and all that stuff. So, but yeah. Rumble is the new up and coming. It's like the competitor to YouTube. Like I said, my main platform will always be YouTube because that's where I started. Just because I know YouTube very well, because I've got another YouTube channel that I started before 40 Cal TV. And then, but when I saw Rumble started doing streaming as well, and how their setup is with their revenue. Now the difference is Rumble is a 60-40 revenue split over YouTube's 70-30, but their ad revenue is between $3 and $25, where YouTube, for 1,000 views, where YouTube is like 10 cents to like $2, depending on the category, for every 1,000 views. So you get more revenue with over there, which is better because that's more revenue that I can take and put back into the community, and help out other streamers, you know, like I said, whether it be gifted members, donos and anything like that, or even just, you know, doing giveaways. So yeah.
So what we'd like to do here is we'd like to help people out who are still getting going in the streaming community, different types of communities. We have a couple interviews coming up in the future with people who aren't DMZ players, who aren't gamers, who do different things. And what we like to do is we like to help them get noticed out there. So if you would like, we can get your social media, we can get the Rumble information, put it out there, so that way when we do our videos to post, when we our after videos and stuff, we can post your social media page out there. We get all your information out there, so people understand where to go and how to get there, and they can subscribe to you. It's one way we can help you out with that, your promotion.
Oh, definitely. I'll shoot you my Rumble and my Twitch info on Discord, so I'll shoot you those. I think I actually posted them in my Discord the other day, letting everybody know, hey, look, I'm gonna start doing Rumble and Twitch. You might be able to find them in my Discord and my general, but I'll shoot you both of them by the end of the day. I'll shoot you the links to them. So cool. Yeah. Because you can either go on Twitch and put at 40cal TV, same as Rumble, you can put at 40cal TV, and it'll pop up both of them if you wanted to do that. But like, I'll just send you the links. So
okay. So my last question, instead of we normally like to do the inspirational thought or something like that, but I'm going to step aside from that today. What's some advice you can give an upcoming streamer to help them get started? Because, you know, starting us with a podcast, there's not very many viewers, there's not very many people that are subscribed to us, but somebody who's been around, who has quite a few followers and stream videos and stuff, to somebody who's new starting off, what's one thing you can give them to help them stay positive?
Just have fun with it, whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're playing or what you're streaming. You could play Hello Kitty Adventure Island, or DMZ even, it doesn't matter what it is. I've seen a lot of people playing Roblox. It doesn't matter what the game is. Just have fun with what you're doing and don't take it too seriously. the streaming is not really more about the game. It's more about the community and getting connected with your community. That's what it's more about. It's like, I heard Lando say it, he doesn't even really go on there to play the game anymore. He goes on there to just to interact with people. And that is the best mindset you can have when it comes to streaming, Yeah, you're playing a game. Sometimes you get a little frustrated, but at the same time, a game is a game. You're going to die, you're going to lose, you're going to win. You're going to win fights. It doesn't matter, as long as you have a good sense of direction and a good mentality to you and your towards your community and communicating with your community. It doesn't matter if you have one subscriber with one viewer, you got 100,000 million subscribers with like tens of thousands of viewers. You just gotta do good by your community. You gotta have fun with it. Don't look at it as something that is, you have to try hard to do, right? Just go with the flow. Just have fun with it. I can't express that much, enough. Just have fun with it. And, look at other streamers and how they're doing stuff and what you would possibly do different, and whatever you see that they're doing and you would do something different, implement in that your stream. And that's like with my streams. I've seen a lot of people, they're in there, they're talking and everything like that. And like they say somebody goes, they walk away, the streamer needs to walk away for a reason, for something. Now you just got dead silence. I play music on mine. I play all stream beats, non-copyright music on my stream. So if I do need to walk away, they have the music there going, so it keeps them entertained. Or, I tell them, hey, talk amongst yourselves, or I'll throw up a poll or something like that to let them interact. If it's in between games, sometimes I've been known to bring out Wordle, and I have my stream help me out. Like, hey man, like let's play a game of Wordle while we're waiting on somebody real quick. And it's like, all right, so, I don't know if a lot of people know what Wordle is. It's like you have 6 chances to guess a 6-letter word. And I do that to have fun with them. Just keep the stream entertaining, so they're not just sitting there in dead silence waiting for something, So just watch other streamers, see how they're doing their stuff. And if you could say, I would do something different. This right here's what I would do different here. Implement that and see how it works. But just have fun with it. It's, in the end, it's all about the community. Yes, it's about yourself as well and wanting to perform right, but in the end, it's more about the community and making sure that they're happy, they're entertained, they're having fun. That's like, I let people come in my chat and I let them troll me. If I die to a bot, I have bot counters like exclamation bot, and they, pops up, 40 cal TV died to bots this many times, or got down this many times, they have stuff like that they can do. It just keeps them entertained.
So there's something that Lando told me. He tells everybody in his stream. He says, we're here for a good time, not a long time.
Exactly.
And that's
exactly.
I feel that's what you're getting at. That's what you're saying, is you go and have fun with it, because you never know when the internet can shut down all over the country or all over the world, and you're not going to be able to do it.
Well, so, not even just that. You could possibly help someone else with your stream. So like, I'm not going to say who it was, but I had a person come to my chat that I know very dearly, I know very well. They came in my chat and they were having a horrible day. Like, they were having a very bad mentally, like they were hurting mentally. And I told them, like, look, dude, come into my chat. If you want to troll, you can troll. I'm not going to say anything. If somebody says something, I'll tell them to shut the hell up. Cause I don't know if y'all ever noticed, but I'm one of those, I don't care what I say on my stream. I'm like, if you don't like what I say, you leave. I'm very open when I talk. But I told my look, come in, like, you want to troll, man. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to tell you to stop or anything like that. I'll let you do whatever, say whatever you want. And it helped them. My streams have helped. I've gotten messages before like, hey man, I'm glad I watched your stream. I was feeling down. I was like, watching your stream, being able to troll, being able to have fun, being able to talk, it helped me a lot. It helped them take their mind off of stuff. And it feels good to be able to hear that, so it's more of a, I'm doing it to help everyone else, not really to do it as, for me. Doing it for everyone else, not myself. And that's just how I look at it. So, cause you never know who's having a bad day. They could come to your chat and they're like, man, I'm having a rough day today. It's like, well, man, sit down, enjoy the stream. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk about this, and this. And, it helps them clear their mind. Cause there's been times where I've been feeling like crap. I don't even want to do nothing. and I'll pop into a stream, like I'll pop into Lando's stream, I'll be having a bad day, pop into Lando's stream, like, man, I'm gonna see what he's talking about today. And he'd be talking about food and stuff, and then I come in there and be like,
Always
yo, what's up,
food.
man?
Always
Yep,
food.
it's like, and I'll be like, yo, what's up, Lando? And he's like, yo, it's the Lot Lizard. And then it makes me laugh. I could have a bad day, and as soon as I hear him say, yo, it's the Lot Lizard King, I'm like, man, and I start laughing. And then Buzz starts going off, and me and him start trolling each other and shit. And it's one of those, it's like, and it makes me forget what I was sad about, you know? And
Yeah.
I like I said, I've had people come in and same thing happen to them, you know? And there would be times where I would be like, you know, I'm just going to die to bots today. I don't care. I'm just going to take stupid fights and just die so people can, you know, make fun. So it makes someone else laugh. And, you know, I don't take it serious. I used to take it serious at the beginning. I don't take it seriously anymore. If I die, I die, you know, as long as someone else laughs about it. And I'm all right. So I'm there for your entertainment, not the other way around. So, but.
Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. I like that. Well, 40 Cal, we appreciate you coming on with us and sitting here through this session. Anytime you want to come back on, let me know. We'll get you scheduled in for some stuff.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Shoot, I like this.
It's pretty fun. It's just fun to get and have a conversation about different things. Next time, you know, we talk about whatever. I don't have any limitation to what we talk about. It's just whatever you want to talk about. It's just random talk.
My philosophy is, right, there's two things I don't talk about. I don't talk about politics and I don't talk about sports because it's the same as politics.
Oh, absolutely. I like, okay, so sports at the high school or college level is good to talk about, but the professional level, the sports they're very political. Very political.
Oh, yeah, they are.
So.
Inspirational quote. I know you were talking about that. So, inspirational quote.
I mean, that thought was, what you just said was perfect enough. I mean, unless you have something different.
Well, my grandma always told me when I was growing up, right? Never bite the hand that feeds you. That's my inspirational quote right there. Never bite the hand that feeds.
Yeah. That's a good one. I have heard that one a couple times too.
If you don't use it, you'll lose it. I don't know where I heard that one from. But it was fun being on, man. I appreciate you having me. It was a pleasure. Yeah. So it was an honor, man. Like I said, anytime you want me back on, just let me know. Like I said, I'm open. I'm open for another one. So.
Sounds good. Yeah, we got plenty of calendar space available. So just let us know. We can record anytime that suits you. So
that'll work.
All right.
One real quick thing. Also, you know, before we leave, you know, I do want to share one quick story. I don't know if you watched my last stream that I had. I had a viewer actually come to my house recently. I don't know if you were aware of that. So I was talking to one of my viewers. His son is like my biggest support. He's like my biggest fan. And I actually had him come in. And that's one reason I love streaming. I was going to mention that. I just realized it when I was talking about the whole community. So I actually had a viewer come to my house and we ended up giving him some merch, which was pretty cool. He freaking loved it. But that's one reason I do it, because of that. That put the biggest smile on that kid's face, because his grandparents just passed away and he was down. His dad said he hadn't seen him smile like that in so long, until he saw me for his Christmas. That was his Christmas present. When he saw me, he got the biggest smile on his face and he did not stop. And that's one reason I do it. And if for whoever is out there listening, that's why you should stream. That's what you should be doing it for stuff like that. Once again, it goes back to helping out the community and helping your community. Because when I was able to do that, I cried more than that kid did. When he left, I almost broke down in tears. Like it was, he inspired me to want to do better. So, but that's awesome, why that's what you should be doing it for right there. So
that's awesome. That's why we're here. That's why we do what we do. Make people laugh, give them a place to vent, whatever it is. Oh, yeah. That's what we're here for, man. It's good. Good stuff right there. Yeah, unfortunately, we have reached that time again to where we must say bye. Not goodbye, but bye. I had a good time listening to you and your stories and stuff. Hopefully, we have you back on soon. But for you listeners out there, stay safe out there wherever you go, and whatever you do, stay safe. And remember, don't overthink it. See you guys next time.